Hi, it's Jay here. I just wanted to show some of my tips, points, and some of my other cutlery tools that I suspect are tools from various time points. Some a lot older, well, most of them a lot older. There's some conventional atlatl tips in here, like this one here, and this one here. This one is made out of a granite case bar. These ones are made out of granite. That's that conventional triangle design. That's an older design, and it being out of stone granite, it tells that it should be an older artifact, as well as some of these other ones over here, the sides. This one's made out of a type of crystal with something over it. This I'm not sure. That might be almost metally. These other ones, they're like small pyramids. I believe they're like rock shark teeth that they made to go in the sides of sticks, like in a row, to make a weapon. And these are the same things down here. This here is just sharp all the way around like a razor blade, so that would have been like a multi-purpose handheld cutlery, I think. I suppose it could have been on a spear as well, but I think it was handheld. And then these are my more recent finds. These here and these items down here I found. And some of them, after watching a couple other videos on paleo and archaic Spearpoints, I noticed some of the harpoon tips, that I was finding a lot of the same types of harpoon tips, in that they're almost like fluted on one side, or they are, and some of them on both sides, but it seems like the way they did each side is just different. This looks more like a pressure flaking flute, and this here is more like a coming from the side. That could have been from breaking it off of the original host, I don't know, like a preform, and then they sharpen the edge. Usually only one edge is sharp. It would have been on the stick like this, and if you see, there's a barb at the end of it, so it would have went into the fish, or it would have went into a sea mammal, and it would have been stuck in the fish or the animal, sea mammal. This is the same concept here. Slight fluting, flat back on that piece, but like I said, that one single sharp edge. Sometimes they sharpen down the tip of the other side, but most of the time it was just flat. But of course these would be sharp at the time as well. This one fits into that category as well, and it has a very nice barb to it on the end there. And this one here, I mean, you can tell someone else made that one, and that looks a little more efficient. And that's a familiar shape as well in the ancient world. Not so much for spear points, but in other things like turtles and bird effigies. This here, I think, was just a large scale, like kind of like a flint knapper, but for like harder rocks. So I did hold it like that, like this, and there's a very nice point, so that it have the pressure of the whole stone behind that one little tiny spot to make the giant pressure flakes. This one here is interesting because I've seen these types of points in many other videos, but this one is not bifaced. There's only one sharp edge on it, I noticed, and the other edge is kind of flat, even though it does have a little twist to it right there. And I did notice it does feel comfortable in the fingers or on a shaft, similar to the Harpoon heads, where the skinnier cut side is actually off to the side, maybe to penetrate the animal and open up that wound, and all the pressure of the arrow and the force of it going into the thicker part, as in to not break the arrow or the arrow tip. The tip is broken on this piece, by the way, and this is also I forget the name of this style, but that is a style of arrowhead as well. Some of these are made out of like shale clay. These ones are interesting. I can't really put these into a group or a time frame. I just don't know. They're very flat and thought out, massive pressure flaking or possibly heat flaking or something. This one's got that X on the back where they would have tied this. Oh, there it is on both sides where they would have tied it down, and this one's different. The base is completely different, but you can see that almost like fluting, but they used it in the middle of it, and then the blade is just a very simple outer edge with a flat back. So I thought those were very interesting, and I could see how maybe an underwater diver would be able to maneuver with these underwater very well. So maybe I thought they were underwater spears. And then we get some that look like animal heads. Like this one kind of looks like a cormorant's head. See how the beak in the face, it looks like a bird carved out. You know, so is this like particular for hunting a certain species of fish, or even cormorants? I don't know, because so many of them have just different characteristics behind them. You know, very few seem to be like the same over and over and over again. Even though I know this is a common style here, this is a common older style here, but like I said, possibly even older because it's only one-sided. And I think it was used for the ocean, the way it would have sat on a stick. This one too. This one's bigger. And it's the design and geometry. This one is similar to these, but like it's just better work, I think. And you see the back of that, like, it's just amazing. I like that piece. Nice purple one too. Sandstone. It's just late. So these pieces down here, I think possibly could have been on the back of a stick to like launch an atlatl. They would have put the end of the arrow on here, not the sharp end, but the what's it called, the knock, and then thrown it. This could have been that, or a pecker. You know, they might have held this and hit it with like a stick to peck into other rocks. And then there's just a couple more down here, bigger pieces that I wanted to show you. This one still has this a little bit of the slime from the ocean on it that I couldn't fully wipe off. Kind of looks like a bird's head, but it has a real nice feel to it when you hold it like this. And do you see that hook, and do you see how the whole thing sharpened away around? Like if you were cutting up, say, like a whale or something on the beach, like this is what you would want, like if you were just like getting through certain, like it's like tendons or muscles or ligaments, or even skinning it. This is like a larger, thinner, what I I think is a spearhead. I mean, there's so many things down there that look like this that it just could just be a broken piece of something else, or it might just be natural, but it does have the one single biface on there. Until you get down to here, then it actually makes another blade, so that could have been broken at one point or made like that purposely. Or Mother Nature. There's just so many of these down there. Sometimes I think it's just all Mother Nature. This one here is pretty nice too. I have a hard time believing that's Mother Nature right there. You can see that. You can see the bottom of it, the base, and how I saved it just in time. Another couple of winters and this thing would have cracked and been broken and lost forever. See those cracks right there? And it means it just came out of the ground not too long ago. Maybe one winter ago, not even. This piece here is a nice piece. It could have went on a club like this, or it could have went on a stick like that. I don't know. And in here, it kind of reminded me of another smasher, or like like a skull or something. Yeah, but it's like all smooth, but in here, so I don't know if this is like retouched or what, but I thought that was a very nice piece. But we're up on almost 12 minutes now, so I think I'm gonna wrap this session up, and thank you guys for hanging in there. Please like and subscribe. It would really help my algorithm and help people see these things that a lot of people haven't seen before. Thank you very much. Bye.